Wait, speaking of politics, of course, you're bursting onto the scene uh 2 years ago, because almost 2 years now. Not long after that, election season starts, and next thing I know, because I saw you on TikTok because I found your I think my dayang algorithm. No? So I'm sure they were putting us on each other's feet suddenly because probably they know we're connected or we have similar kind of interests and all. But anyways, I got to know that later on, you were recruited by one of the top presidential. I mean, let's just say LENI, right? The LENI campaign, and you were like the head of the TikTokers. And please correct me if I'm not getting it right. You were head of the TikTokers, like new group or something behind LENI. Can you tell us something about how did that transition happen? How did you go from social media influencer into, how should I put it, a core element of a major political campaign for the soul of the nation? Yung mga
I
ganyan.
don't I don't I don't I don't think I'm part a core element, but so hindi, nag-volunteer kasi ko. So I
Right.
volunteered. So sign up ako ganyan. Yung isang group mabagal, hindi ako ni-replyan. Yung isang group ni-replyan ako. Tapos
Parang
tinanong ako,
joke lang.
what do
Sige
you
lang, go
do?
lang, go lang, go lang.
Sabi
Yeah.
ko, I'm a food content creator.
Yeah,
So
yeah.
syempre, tapos nagtaka ako. Sabi ko, is this how you do your orientation? One-on-one? Sabi nila, no. Because stinok ka namin and you have following. You have a platform. So let's go on board na. So okay.
Oh.
So I was dubbed as the first TikToker for LENI
Exactly.
because August of 2021, may content na ako. Nirelate ko syempre food, no? Yung favorite food ni Secretary Jessie Robredo ay yung inihaw sa kanto.
Right.
So gumawa ako ng inihaw sa kanto with matching suka. Tapos of course, sabi naman ni Ma'am Lenny, 'di ba? Via osmosis mula kay Sec Jessie yung kanyang naging principles and values on leadership. So sabi ko, wala nang iba pa kundi dapat si Lenny sa dulo.
Yeah.
Tapos, nagka-traction, ganyan. Tapos, syempre, the entire lugaw thing. Tapos, yun na. No, after nun, tinanong na ako, would you be willing to form a group with TikTokers and be one of parang the conveners for that? Sabi ko, go ahead. Tapos, nag-work pa ako nito sa isang cafe, ha? Kaya lang nahiya ako dun sa cafe kasi even in work hours, nag-excuse ako dahil may meeting. Tapos, Naga rally happened.
Yeah.
The first ever rally. Tapos after nun, sabi ko, bibigay ko na lahat. 3 buwan lang naman to. So, I quit my job. Alam niyo ho, meron akong mga irrational talagang decision sa buhay. At that time, irrational siya. Pero right now,
leap of faith,
it made sense.
Leap of faith, yeah.
So, yun. Sabi ko, okay, mag-full time na ako. Tapos lumapit yung digital team ni Senator Kiko, ng team ni Senator Kiko, para tumulong tayo sa digital presence, kanyan. So, volunteer for the LENI side, campaign staff for Senator Kiko's side. So, both, hindi naman mahirap gawin yun kasi
similar naman.
Hindi naman magkaiba ng partido, ganyan.
Yeah, exactly.
So doon. Tapos, syempre, yung 100 grams na lugaw na pinagtawanan, ganyan.
Yeah, the lugaw makes perfect sense for you to come in, right? The whole lugaw.
100 grams na lugaw. I cooked it and proved that
perfect.
It can feed 4 people. Wala naman pong sinabi na yun lang yung pagkain nila for the entire day. Sinabi lang na kasya ba siya for merienda size that's 80 to 100 grams. Alam nyo, meron tinatawag tayong proportion, di ba? Kapag kunwari sa catering, kaya alam ng caterer nyo kung gaano karami yung bibilhin niya kasi 2 ulam, 3 ulam, 4 na ulam, mas dumadami yung ulam o yung choices, mas lumiliit yung portion size. So kung 4-5 ulam yan, matigo 120 grams lang yan per person.
Right.
Ano yun meal size yun. Iba pa po yung snack proportion.
I'll push you a little bit on this, no? for those who didn't have the privilege of this, or some or critics would put it the other way, did you have a chance to interact directly with the principals, Lenny, her top campaign managers, and what was your sense? Well, can you tell us something about it? Sorry, I don't want to put you on the spot, but parang
No, it's fine.
classic
It's
naman nung
fine.
tinanong yan, di ba? Parang weird naman, yeah.
Yeah. So before we formalize the group, nag-Zoom meeting with
Right.
ma'am, with everyone in the group, ganyan.
Right.
So, everyone so excited, nag-thank you siya. At sinabi niya talaga doon na, alam nyo, sa lahat sa atin, online kayo yung pinakabugbog. Kasi kumbaga sa chess, kayo yung
Liner.
pawns eh. Kayo yung sumusugod, kayo yung nag-ano. So, nagpasalamat siya at sabi niya, naiintindihan ko na yung mga bugso ng damdamin na nang-aaway tayo kasi gusto talaga natin na itama yung mga mali. Pero doon niya na-reiterate ulit yung radikal lang magmahal, ganyan. So meron namang ganun. And of course, with Senator Kiko's team also, there are plenty of instances wherein there are personal interactions with the principals. And alam nyo, one thing that I hindi man realize, pero ito yung talagang napatunayan ko nung may close encounters ako with the principals would be I have supported the right candidates. Kasi hindi ho nila ipinapagawa sa mga tao yung hindi nila willing gawin. At laging hindi mo mararamdaman na natau-tauhan ka. Ganyan. Na
hindi ka muchachos.
Sa kabisihan ng lahat ng yon, merong human side lagi. Meron laging pangumusta, ganyan. So, tawag doon, yung tipo, si Ma'am Lenny kasi talaga, tahimik.
Express mo
sarili. Tahimik siya mahiya.
Exactly.
Mahiyain. So, akala ng mga tao, suplada siya. Tapos, kasi sa mga sorties po, sa mga rally, kapag hindi sila umakyat sa stage, kasi di ba sunod-sunod yan, ang pagitan yan, 1 araw, 2 araw lang, from one province to the other, so talon-talon. Pag po wala sila sa stage, ang goal, mag-conserve ng energy. Syempre, maraming nagpapapicture, maraming interview.
Yeah, makes sense.
Kaya po, sila nakaupo lang.
Economize.
Kung hindi ka kausapin, hindi sila magsaset kasi pagod na ho talaga. Kasi Pero pag naman in-engage mo, engage ka naman. Si Senator Kiko naman, ano siya, yung tipong type niya na organized ang mga bagay. Hindi niya type yung medyo mga surprise, ganyan. So, kailangan alam niya, kasi pag alam niya at naintindihan niya, kahit sa ilalim ng matinding sikat ng araw, gagawin niya, kahit pagod siya, gano'n. So, basta alam lang niya. So,
were you instrumental to doon kasi 'di ba farming and agriculture talaga yung peg ni Senator Kiko, 'di ba? Were you part of that transition, that branding and all? How important were you to that branding effort? I mean, when I say branding, I don't mean that pa-cute lang yan. Of course, I know he's really deeply committed to that cause, but yun kasing talagang pinakaano niya, 'di ba? Yung advocacy niya, core message niya, for his vice presidential campaign.
Siguro as a group pinagtrabahuhan yung how are we going to make farming sexy. Ganyan. Yung tipong hindi siya boring, ganyan. Kaya, pero hindi,
that's a good point.
Yung hello pagkain goodbye gutom. Ang I
can claim that si Bongbong Marcos ang secretary. No, I'm just kidding. Go ahead. Yeah, you're saying, yeah.
No, ang talagang I can claim that came from me was the hashtag maipagmamalaki ko. Kasi from the word
that's your copyright.
Yeah, maipagmamalaki ko. Okay. Na when they said that when they shared that to Sir, when they shared that to the Pangilinan family, they were, maipagmamalaki ko. And the first time I saw that, It was Ma'am Sharon. It's SCP. We call her SCP, Sharon Coleta Pangilinan, who posted it on Instagram. So I saw parang, yay, nagamit yung hashtag.
Sharon
Ano?
level. Sharon level. Before going to Sharon, Ma'am what was all of this all about? I have to really ask you because ikaw yung natag doon eh. Sabi ko, wait lang! Diba, pinafollow ko sa TikTok siya daw eh. Parang ikaw yung sinisi doon. I just want to be brutally honest about it. Now, I'm not going to throw anyone under the bus, but what can you give your official statement? What was it all this Kamehameha Dragon Ball Z all about?
So, di ba, sabi ni Ma'am, may lumapit kasi sa kanyang production team. Na sabi, Ma'am, can we shoot you for some canned shots?
Okay.
Like you eating lugaw or waving, sitting down, smiling, haduken, ganyan, Kamehameha, whatever. And then, that production group doesn't have a platform. Platform. Wala silang paglalandingan nung canned
cute lang,
videos.
pa-cute lang. Okay.
So they said, can TikTokers for LENI help?
So na-hook in kayo.
So you can put your twist into the videos. So sabi naman, sure, no problem. So dahil naka-green screen, pwedeng ipatong, ganyan-ganyan. Tapos may isang TikToker na naglabas. Siya yung unang naglabas ng video. It wasn't, hindi naman to mga professional content creators at production folks. So, may mga problema sa transition, ganyan-ganyan. So, pumutok. And then from both sides, from all sides, from the opposing side to the fellow kakampings who are saying, hindi ito ang branding natin, ganyan-ganyan. So, syempre, as leader, kailangan kong salagin.
Yeah,
the box stops.
Yeah, exactly.
Sa akin. So sabi ko, okay, wait.
Yep.
I lead the team that handles that created this. For those who are saying that this is not our branding, let's remember Ocho de Retro of 2018 were so boring. We bored the Filipinos to tears. Nobody won. So if this attack actually gets and penetrates the outside of the bubbles that we're in, then it served its purpose.
I see.
If you cringed, it's not for you.
Okay, okay. Now, sorry, Jel, I'm gonna push you on this. My concern is this, because of course, I hate the term political analyst, I had to follow what different campaigns were doing, no? And in fairness, with the Bongbong Marcos campaign, I'll ask you more about that, is talagang he was like kind of like a K-pop BTS almost, right? Bomber jacket, V-cut shirt, yung buhok niya na maganda na paganyan, tapos medyo may pagka-chinito siya. Like, I found that pretty well done. Not that I agree with him necessarily. I think people more or less know where I stand on, especially fake news and historical denialism and revisionism. But I found it very interesting. I was not surprised that it was very appealing to people. And one thing that I noticed is, vlogger talaga si BBM, di ba? Like, he's so comfortable with all of this Paul Soriano productions and all of that. My sense with Lenny was that she was not comfy with this. Some of this, I don't want to use the word kenkoy, but playful stuff, including the hadok. Like, mukha siyang, you know what I'm saying? Like, she didn't...
Parang batang napilitan.
Exactly. Like, it's clear that she's not into it. So, all the trolls had to do was edit it a little bit, and it looked like really... almost like a sabotage, right? It didn't look like a flop. It looked like a sabotage, right? I was saying, kasi gusto ko tanong kanina na-vet ba yung mga yan, yung mga nag-volunteer? Because they could be from a different side. And kunyari mag-volunteer, yung pala, they're throwing you on. You get what I'm saying, right? So I don't want to be conspiratorial, but I was saying, but clearly sa mukha ni Lenny, she's not really sold on this. So parang napilitan lang siya. And that's the last thing you want to do for your principal, right? So did you have feelings when you saw the product and like, i-spread ba namin yan? Parang, hindi, alanganin eh. Like, can you tell me about that?
Well, I will not speak on her behalf.
No, yeah, exactly. Now, we're talking about our understanding of the situation.
Right. But what she said on record...
In her behalf, yeah.
Yeah, but what she said on record in one of the debates when she was asked was, it's because it was a request. Sabi niya, diba? Nagawin ko to.
Yes.
At yung maliit na bagay na yon na ikatutuwa ng volunteers, bakit naman hindi? So, there's a big possibility that she wasn't in her comfort
Element.
zone
Yeah, she was
when
not
she did that. But she did that,
out of sense of duty, responsibility, and gratitude.
no, out of sense of
Gratitude.
appreciation.
Gratitude. Yeah.
It's not, and this is what I want to point out. It's not about her, hindi na nga niya concern yung image eh. Hindi rin niya nga naging concern yung anong magiging tingin ng tao. Hindi nga rin niya naging concern yung anong magiging itsura ko. Ang
Yeah, but
concern
Jello,
niya,
this is a political campaign. Image matters. It's all about. Let's be honest. This is a campaign, my friend. I mean, the
and I,
Bongo Marcos campaign were masters of image creation. I mean, that's my concern.
and you are
There's
correct.
sincerity, but it doesn't make political sense to me.
Right. And you are correct. That's why they won. I mean,
Yeah, I call it performative populism. Yeah.
I'm not going to deny, and I'm not going to, alam mo yun, make excuses about it. It is. We are in a campaign where image matters, where the former First Lady Imelda Marcos's statement that perception is real, the truth is not, is actually true.
It's
I mean, we might not
politically
agree
true.
with it,
Yeah,
but it
it's
is
not. It's
true,
politically true. Yeah,
right?
the first. Yeah, she's
From
the
a
first Argan.
very political utility perspective,
Yeah.
it is effective,
Got it.
right?
Yeah.
Um, by the way, baka akala ng mga tao. So, Chard and I, nag-abot kami in UP. We both took up political science. So, meron kaming mga...
Yeah, exactly. The reason I'm asking you is because, you have a background in social sciences. So it's not like I'm asking you some alien questions. So I know that, you were not in a capacity as a political consultant. You were there as an influencer. But I'm sure you have your own take on this issue. Now, let me push you a little bit more. No, wala. Pumayag ka na. Ginusto mo yan. Okay. Ganito kasi. I'm not gonna put words into your mouth or anything, but one of the criticisms I heard about the LENI campaign from people who supported LENI, really good people. No, I mean, these are not like prima donna, you know what I'm saying? Like this, na parang their sense was not LENI, but there was a cordon sanitaire around her. There were people who were making her very inaccessible. I mean, I even had, I won't say which outlet, but one of the world's leading newspapers telling me they were always baffled by how inaccessible LENI was. And I know some very good political consultants. We had very serious discussion with them and the diplomatic community about the state of play. And they were saying there was a point na suddenly unreachable na si LENI, na parang they feel they're being, saying parang dinededma na sila. I know I'm not sure this is the right thing to do, but my point is like, does this make? I mean, does this make
Just
sense?
say it.
Like, shucks, I'm not sure this is the right, but you see, I care. That's why I'm saying this, because I know there are people that were saying, tapos ng 2022, let's just zip it, shut up, and move forward. But how can you move forward if you do not understand what the hell happened in 2022? Because you're never gonna win again if you don't understand what went wrong in 2019, 2022, because it can happen over and over again, diba? So for me, not because I'm a political scientist or historian or whatever per se, that I keep on going back to what happened in 22, but because for me it's important that the opposition draws the right lessons. Because I'll be brutally honest, Jello, LENI can still become easily a senator in a few years, also with Kiko, and she could easily be a top contender for 2028 if there'll be a third or fourth party na malakas rin. I'll just spell it out. I think Tulfo could run, and I think Tulfo could make the race very interesting with Sara, and LENI could be in the mix. So for me, LENI is still competitive. She's still in the race, but it's important that they draw the right lessons. And one of the things that I hear from people who are not, kaya ganito eh, I'm sorry, here we're getting a little bit sensitive now, but that's why I made a distinction between pure pink and quote-unquote dilaw, right? Iba pa yung dilawan, diba? Iba na yan. That's a derogatory term. But dilaw meaning really that the classic base that went for Mar, for Kiko, etc. But there are many who voted for LENI who didn't vote for your other, principal for Kiko, because Kiko is more associated with Liberal Party. So let's just call them pure pink. And a lot of this, like pure pink people, pure not necessarily just because the other side is impure. I'm just saying like they're in
yeah
first time vote. Is that their feeling is there was also some whiff of elitism going on, not with Lenny per se, but people around her or something like that. I'm sorry I'm doing this. No, I'm not sorry. I really have to, because um you know, it's not like Jello. I didn't reach out to people for proper conversation, but I know there are many people there who behind the scenes are very honest with me, but they don't want to be on the record talking to me because they know what I'm gonna do, right? I'm gonna go and, teacher talaga ako di ba? Explain mo to sa akin. Explain this concept, right? So I'm gonna be like a thesis advisor, right? Anong nangyari dito sa methodology part, di ba? Parang gano'n eh. So the teacher and me, thanks for like, what do you have to say to those people who say there was some
Okay.
not with Lenny per se, because I know Lenny as a fact. I met her. She's a super nice person. Not that others are not nice. I mean, I met Bongbong Marcos, I met Duterte, all of them, Isko, of course. But can you tell us something about that? Whatever you're comfortable telling us. Yeah, go
Okay.
ahead.
And this is from my first-hand experience.
Yes, exactly. That's why I'm asking you.
Let me put it this way. It's when you are protecting something that is so valuable. Kasi pa, di ba, her brand of governance and leadership provided hope for a lot of Filipinos. And parang the people who are around her would kind of like to protect that hope, which in the embodiment is her. Ganyan. Yung tipong, I am sure there is no intention to become elitist. There's no intention to become very exclusive. There's no intention for her to not to be reachable by media outlets or by whoever party, right? It's more of, number one, from a logistical perspective, campaign season is so crazy that every minute counts. Ganyan. Yung tipong travel time, pinaplano yan. So yung tipong mga natatagalan kunwari because there's an extended interview, medyo nadidiskarel the entire day. Kasi sunod-sunod.
Okay, Jello, let me push back on this because, okay, I'm sorry if I'm doing this to you, but you don't have to answer it. Ganito kasi, some people are saying, okay, like Lenny has time to do interviews with, I have nothing, OG Diaz, or with influencers and showbiz people and all, but there's a sense that she didn't have enough time dealing with, I'm not talking about myself per se, but dealing with really high quality journalists who are gonna push her, probe her. You get what I'm saying? No, parang the sense was, is this protection or is this over insulation or what's going on? Is this a lack of you don't have to answer it, by the way. I'm just saying this because this is a conversation, right? Kaya long form. A long form is not me just asking questions. I'm also sharing my point of view. That's one thing. The other thing is we live in the age of populism. So today I made another bombshell tweet, sabi ko, today populism is the only game in town. It's just a question of variety. No? Are you going to be a polite populist, a progressive populist like Bernie Sanders, or are you going to be a Tatay style populist, right? So on and so forth. So in the age of populism and digital information, accessibility, relatability is far more important than it ever was. It's no longer the time na you have Emmanuel Quezon there giving a beautiful speech, Jansa, you know what I'm saying? And then he's the guy. No, now people want to feel you, touch you, relate to you. You know, you get what I'm saying? Like, it's the age of fall of idols. It's the age of influencers. Even politicians are like influencers. Tatay Digong was a classic influencer slash. I mean, our current president is a part-time vlogger, right? By some, or some would say the other. so travel vlogger pa nga, di ba? Magellan Jr., di ba? So my sense is, again, you don't have to answer this. This is just my point of view. You can disagree with me 100%, no problem at all, Jello. My sense was her campaign was being run as if it's 2016, not 2022, right? And it makes sense because the person who ran it was the person who also ran it in 2016, right? Anyway, you don't have to answer this. I just had to get this out because I want to be honest. I want to be honest with my audience that, I have my strong analysis, not just opinion on the situations. And I hope some people are listening here so that, they can draw the right lessons so that there's a hope for the opposition. Because if there's no opposition, there's no democracy. It's as simple as that for me.
Correct.
Or not. Ganun lang naman yung stance ko. Now, I think we went well beyond what we thought. It's already 1.5 hours. So,
yeah, wait lang, meron lang akong isisingit. 'Di ba, you talked about populism,
yeah, please go ahead. Go ahead. Yeah.
Alam mo, for our Gen Z audience,
correct.
And it's a loose translation. Of course, forgive me for this, but it's a loose translation. But populism is clout chasing.
Relevant.
In its most latent and relevant sense, it's clout chasing when ano ba, magkaka-interest ba sa yung mga tao?
Uy, magalit si Christian Esguerra sa atin na ayaw na ng cloud chaser daw. Kaibigan natin yan. Na-joke.
I love Christian and his show.
Yeah, I know. He has a lot. Now, I'm just saying, si Christian sometimes drops these lines about cloud chasers. And ako naman mas practical ako. My point is, you cannot do good unless you have the power to do good, right? So you have to make sure you can get clout.
I mean,
otherwise,
you may be saying all the right things.
Yeah, but if no one...
if you have 10 followers, para ke?
Exactly. Nada. That's it. Yeah. It's a wrap. Thank you so much. I really appreciate it. I really appreciate you joining us today. I thought it's just going to be 30-45 minutes, twice that time.
Oh, believe me, my friend. Remember when we had coffee, it was so bitten? We just...
I know, which also happened to be Starbucks. So maybe we have to get sponsors now for our talks. But that just means dapat we do more of this hopefully later this year. Hopefully more in person. Let's do proper ones and all. Ang dami pang pwedeng pag-usapan. Of course, not only elections and politics, there's so much more. I want to talk to you more about what, because my new advocacy that I'm working on is adobo diplomacy. I want to push the DFA, the Philippine government, to be more active in promoting the Filipino food, drawing lessons from the Thai campaign, drawing lessons from the campaigns in Malaysia.
You can count on me on that.
Exactly. So you are definitely one of the partners I have in mind.
Chard, can I just say that and I want to do this publicly, right? That I really do appreciate the kind of the brand of journalism and thought processing that you are advocating for. It is a journalism that's trying to always be fair, but is not afraid to be biased to the truth.
Right.
I hope that's clear. Sa mga nanonood po sa atin, tanggalin natin yung konsepto na ang mga journal ay dapat laging neutral.
Value zombie. I call it value zombie.
Oo, aalamin nila ang katotohanan at magiging magsasandig sila or hihilig sila sa katotohanan. And I appreciate you, my friend, for that. Also, because you are able to make political thinking sexy and exciting. So, kudos to you on that.
Thank you. Hopefully, we can make farming sexy, cooking even sexier. I look forward to working with you on and a lot of our common friends and colleagues and all. Thank you so much, Chef Jello, for joining us. Please follow Chef Jello as he enters his second year as a content creator. May this be just the beginning of a 1,000 years. So, 1,000 years.
Grabe naman.
Great content. No, because Jello, let's be honest. You and I are not gonna do everything right. And ako, thank you so much for your kind comments. But alam ko minsan, talagang, balahura din ako. Aminado ako.
Of course. Diba? Of course.
My hope is, Jello, that a younger generation will watch me and say, if Richard can do it, I can do it better. And I would love to see people doing it even better than me because I'm just grasping in the dark here. Let's be honest about it. I think many people were surprised I suddenly became a vlogger, right? I'm suddenly doing this because, I used to teach. I used to work in the mainstream media. And this is a whole new world to me. But thanks to people like you, Jel, I feel less lonely. I feel inspired. And just the other day, I was telling my mga kameta, kayamis na nababurnout na ako because politics is really tiring. I mean, I'm still talking about what happened in 2022. People want to move on.
Yeah.
Right? But that's my job. I need to understand what happened so that I can move forward. But at the same time, tao rin ako. Of course, I'm looking for inspiration. Something exciting, something yummy, right? Including great
You
food.
wanna do firing? Let's do firing.
Yeah, actually, I do. Meron ka, I have some videos I can show you. I'm better in
Sige.
semi-automatic than pistol. I don't know why.
Okay, let's do that. I know a place.
Yeah, sure. Although
All right. No,
my
but
my
thank you for
mom has
having me.
yeah. No, you're
Thank
talking
you for
about
having
cooking,
me.
right? You're talking about cooking, right? No, I saw what you did, right? Nakaka-relax. I also do MMA and all. If you want to join me sometimes, basic boxing, Muay Thai, ganon. So there's
Sige,
so much
sige,
I can
because
do.
one of my
Healthy
goals
lifestyle.
for 2023 is
Healthy lifestyle.
lose weight and be healthy.
Yeah. Thank you so much, Chef Jello. God bless you and hope to see you soon. I mean, literally in person, and send my regards to your dad, your family, your kids, lovely family, your wife. Really appreciate it. Tuwan-tuwa yung mga tao dito. So ito Annabella is saying thanks, Chef, for sharing your deeper thought with me, of course. Thank you so much daw. Sabi ni Senan Makalalat joining us from I think Australia. Si Mabs Sarb saying yes, journalism should be biased to the truth, facts, keep going. Kai Rodriguez, marami naman akong natutunan. Thank you so much for it. Mitch Tengcho, also very thankful to us. Sabi ni Kat Rodriguez, sexy nak. So, yeah, Noemi Tablate, also super thankful. So, yeah, people are loving it. I'm really happy, and you can check it yourself. Of course, the comments, suggestions, feel free to directly engage them, invite them over, post and repost, and tag me. So expect a final version of this podcast to come out in the coming days. Pagandahin pa namin, edit pa namin. Before
Okay. Oh my God. It's the first time that I'm going to appear in and be heard in Spotify.
Yes, congratulations.
Yes.
This is it. Yeah, so thank God going strong din yung podcast namin. I think we did pretty well in the 96th, 7th percentile in the world yung podcast natin
I
last.
know. You
We want to
shared
do even
the
better this year. Yeah, we want to do a fully better.
share the insights, and it's pretty impressive. No, but thank you. I really enjoyed our time talking to with each other and hoping that merong napulot ang ating mga audience. So maraming salamat, Chard. Thank you. God bless
Giveaway
you.
ka, di ba?
Magandang
May
gabi po
giveaway
sa
ka
inyong lahat.
sa followers mo, may giveaway ka, di ba?
Yes. In
Peter Man.
February, please visit my page. That's Chef Jelly on Facebook, and TikTok and Instagram, and I'll be having a lot of announcements, giving away some prizes from our partner brands. So exciting times.
Congratulations, Chef. God bless you. More power to you, and looking forward to tasting your yummy stuff soon. God bless.
Let's go.
Talk to you soon.
Magandang gabi.
Magandang gabi.